Internships are great opportunities to learn the real estate industry, build relationships in this business, and figure out where you ultimately want to focus long term, but it's not necessarily easy to get your foot in the door. And on top of that, once you do land an opportunity, not all internship experiences are created equal, and while some can give you a huge head start in your career, others can make it feel like you're wasting really valuable time. So if you're watching this and you are looking for internships in commercial real estate right now, this video will cover 4 things to know before starting your search and some key things to focus on when you do land an internship to make sure you're getting the most out of the opportunity. So the first thing worth noting here is something that I wish someone had told me before I started this process, and this is that internship pay in this industry tends to be extremely low. In my experience, it's not uncommon for an intern to be paid an hourly wage that's only equal to about 20 to 40% of a full-time analyst salary, which can be really frustrating if you're going to an expensive school and paying a lot of money to get your degree. Now, again, the main benefit of an internship is the ability to learn the business in a way that really isn't possible in an academic setting, and the long-term financial upside of these opportunities almost always makes these worthwhile. But if you're planning out your finances for a summer, especially if you have limited help from family, this is something you will want to be aware of going into this process. Now, with pay out of the way, as far as putting yourself in a position to actually land an internship in the first place, the 3 biggest things to focus on by far to make this happen are going to be building your network, building Excel skills, and doing things that showcase your interest in the real estate industry in general. A lot of commercial real estate internships aren't even advertised on sites like Select Leaders or LinkedIn, and because of this, a lot of the best internship opportunities are found directly through networking events and one-on-one conversations. We've talked about this in other videos on the channel, but if you have the ability to join organizations like ULI or NAIOP as a student, these can be great places to find people that are looking for interns to join their teams, and reaching out to alumni of your university that are working in commercial real estate already and setting up informational interviews can also be a great way to find positions that aren't broadly advertised. And once you get in front of someone that's actively looking to hire, this is where Excel skills and a proven interest in real estate come into play and can set you apart from other candidates that may be in the running. Having strong Excel skills is one of the best ways to actually add value as an intern, and although you won't likely be sourcing deals or raising capital at this point in your career, a strong Excel skill set can help you make updates to existing company models or even create new templates from scratch, which can help free up other analysts on the team to work on higher level revenue generating activities. And this means that before you give anyone your resume, you'll want to make sure to list any Excel-focused courses you've taken, any Excel-related certifications you've earned, or any major projects you've worked on where you primarily used Excel. And the more your resume shows a potential employer that you already understand how to use this software, ideally in a real estate context, the more likely it's going to be that you'll end up landing an offer. Most firms will also want to make sure you have a solid understanding of basic real estate finance terms like the cap rate, IRR, equity multiple, and cash on cash return. And although no one's going to expect you to know exactly where you want to take your career 30 years from now as an intern, in most cases, companies are going to want to see that you at least have plans to stick around in the industry. And this means that to showcase this on your resume, you'll want to make sure to list any real estate finance courses you've taken, either in school or on your own. List your involvement in real estate industry organizations like ULI or NAIOP, or even talk through your involvement in your school's undergraduate or graduate real estate club. And this is even better to add if you held a leadership role. Now, aside from just taking steps to land an internship in the first place, you'll also want to be intentional about your actions when you do start one of these roles, which leads into my next point, which is to do the things that full-time analysts do as much as you can as an intern. Even if your internship only has you working a few days a week, try to get into the office and leave the office at the same time as the rest of your team. And this is especially true if you're working in an environment where full-time analysts typically work late into the night. This is surprisingly really rare among interns and not only allows you to stand out if you do this, but this also gives you a very realistic sense of what it would be like working full-time hours at this specific company and whether you'd actually want to come back if you were given a full-time offer. And even if you find yourself in a situation where you aren't given a ton of things to do and you don't have clear direction on how to fill a 10 or 12-hour day, use the downtime you have to help other analysts on the team finish their work more quickly. And if you can lighten the workload of other full-time analysts on the team, this is one of the best ways to add value as an intern and one of the best ways to maximize your chances of landing a full-time offer upon graduation. Now, on that note of graduation, the last thing I want to mention here is related to that return offer, and this is that commercial real estate hiring tends to happen on a just-in-time basis, and full-time offers immediately at the end of an internship tend to be relatively few and far between. In this industry, especially at small to mid-sized firms, the vast majority of companies aren't going to know their needs more than about 30 to 60 days in advance. And because of that, companies usually won't commit to a full-time offer in the fall if you can't start until the following spring. Now, with that said, a lot of firms will ask interns to stay on in a part-time capacity during the school year if possible, and even if there isn't a need for ongoing work, just staying in touch during the year can make sure you're top of mind for opportunities when you're finally ready to graduate. During the school year, just make sure to do things like reach out to your manager every few months to ask for advice around certain things you're considering, or to share major milestones or updates on things you're working on. And even if there doesn't end up being a need internally by the time graduation rolls around, if you performed well over the summer, these people are very likely going to be willing to refer you to their peers in the industry that are looking to hire. In my experience, internships are some of the best places to learn about the industry, build your network, and ultimately figure out where you want to take your career in this business long term. And these are 4 things that I wish I knew about this process before getting started. And if you're watching this and you want to make sure you're ready for the internship search, and you want to make sure you have the real estate finance knowledge and the Excel modeling skills you'll need to land an opportunity and succeed in one of these roles, as always, make sure to check out our all-in-one membership training platform, Breaking a CRE Academy. A membership to the Academy will give you instant access to over 120 hours of video training on real estate financial modeling and analysis. You'll get access to hundreds of practice Excel interview exam questions, sample acquisition case studies, and you'll also get access to the Breaking a CRE Analyst Certification exam, which covers topics like real estate pro forma and development modeling, commercial real estate lease modeling, equity waterfall modeling, and many other real estate financial analysis concepts that will help you prove to employers that you have what it takes to tackle the responsibilities of an analyst or associate at a top real estate firm. And if you like this video and want to see more content on commercial real estate internships, make sure to hit the like button and let me know. And let me know in the comments what other internship related content you'd like to see covered in a future video on the channel. As always, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you found this helpful. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to see more videos like this every single week, and I'll see you in the next video.